Good morning. Welcome to the Chamber Business Report. I'm John Phillips, president of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we are thrilled to have Erica Flores from Vincent's Clubhouse here today on the Chamber Business Report. Once again, remind everyone that the Chamber Business Report is brought to you by Klein Construction, by Intracoastal Bank, by Smart Technologies, and by Katz and Green. We are thrilled to be here today with Erica, along with my co-host, Kelsey Lombard. Kelsey, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And Erica with Vincent's Clubhouse. So, Erica, I know Kelsey and I both know the story, but our listeners might not. So give us a little bit of a history about how Vincent's Clubhouse started, and then we'll get into some more questions and learn more about you and the programs that you all offer to our community.
Awesome. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. I'm so excited. So Vincent's Clubhouse, we will actually be celebrating our 10-year anniversary next year. So we have been serving the Flagler County community for 9 years. We started as a weekly summer camp, it was 1 week summer camp in 2017. August of 2016, my son Vincent, who was 6 or 7 at the time, he had said, Mom, I want to go to summer camp with my cousins. And I knew that the summer camp that Vincent's cousins were attending would not be able to meet his support needs. So I lied to my child, and I looked at him and I said, I'm sorry, son, the camp is filled up. You can't go this year. And it broke my heart. And I said, I have to do something about this. I looked and researched. There weren't any summer camps for children with special needs here in our community. So I just decided that we were going to start our own. And the next summer, we had launched our 2-week summer camp down at the Learning Center at Santa Maria del Mar Catholic Church. And we had 7 campers and 4 volunteers. And it was the most, I was a licensed nursing home administrator at the time, running a 139-bed skilled nursing facility with 250 employees and a multi-million-dollar budget. And I said that running those 2 weeks of summer camp were harder than running a nursing home. And, but we did it, and it was extraordinary. And, the families in the community were like, okay, we need more. What comes next? And from there, we started our social events, support groups. And, 9 years later, we've grown into our own brick and mortar facility where we have our adult program. We'll be launching our afternoon enrichment program in August. We have our 6 weeks, what went from 2 weeks to 1 week is now our 6-week summer camp that we're currently in the middle of. Our education series that we partner with Flagler schools, parent trainings, lots of really exciting things happening to be able to serve our community here in Flagler.
Again, the program started as a personal mission because you as a mom wanted to do something for your son, which transitioned to do something for the other children of Flagler County as well. But as you mentioned, your background as a healthcare administrator, you're actually not just doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You have the background and the skill set and have evolved this into a major business opportunity. But most importantly, you are serving so many kids and adults in our community now, from trying to serve Vincent essentially and a few of his friends to how many lives do you think you're touching on an annual basis here?
A couple hundred.
Yeah.
A couple hundred. I mean, and really, if you're looking at just our members and then their families, it's just so widespread, and it's so near and dear to my heart. It's exactly what you said. Quite frankly, Vincent doesn't want to hang out with his mom anymore, so it doesn't. I'm having camp with the other kids, so that's fine with me. But it's exactly what you said. I think what really makes Vincent's Clubhouse unique is our approach that really came from my background in healthcare, where we have a very individualized, person-centered model, which you'll hear very much in the healthcare background, in the healthcare industry, is when our members come in really looking at what are their goals, what are their objectives, what are their likes and dislikes and strengths and challenges. Same with our families, and really taking that person-centered model and taking the programs and services that we offer and working to be able to bring that member to the best version of themselves, the most fulfilled version of themselves. And that's really from the background in healthcare, and we used evidence-based models. Our curriculum is evidence-based. We're able to determine, what is their prior level of accomplishments and functioning, and then after they complete our adult program, or they're working through our adult program. So we have data to be able to analyze what our members are accomplishing, kind of their benchmarks, and that's really important. It's not. I am very adamant when I say this isn't. With all due respect, it's not a babysitting service. You're not dropping off your loved one. We have a lot of fun, but there's a lot of learning that goes on behind the scenes. On our advisory council, like our camp specifically is geared towards developing speech and language development. Our curriculum has been blessed by a speech language pathologist who helped us incorporate all of the programs that we use, all of the activities that we do on a daily basis, and we keep it still very fun and engaging. But the campers don't realize that they're working on their speech and language while they're doing that, and they're engaging social skills.
How fun is that to learn and to be having fun at the same time? And then just how far you've come. You said you started the summer camp, and it was a 2-week program, and now you're doing summer camp again. And how many kids did you say that you have now?
There is each week is between 15 and 20 campers. We keep that number. We like to keep that number small, so we're able to provide that individualized attention. Like I said, it's very member specific, and it went from. It's amazing to me because families would ask me, well, why do you only do 1 or 2 weeks in the summer? And I would say, well, that's when I can get my vacation approved. So I was, that was my weekly, and that was my vacation time. So I would take my PTO and get that approved and run the camp. So I'm like, depending upon my vacation at that particular year. So, it was a really interesting, and now being able to dedicate myself full time to this mission, to serving Flagler School, or Flagler County, and working with all of our partners, and really we just have such a dynamic, brilliant group of individuals who are on this journey with us. Our board of directors, our volunteers. It's pretty extraordinary.
I want to unpack something that you said earlier, and we visited about this off the air before we started recording the show. You used the term holistic approach because you said earlier, just a few minutes ago, because again, it's summer camp. It's going on right now.
Yep.
Vincent's Clubhouse has summer camp, but this is not drop your kid off at summer camp like a lot of people would think. Talk about the holistic approach that you and your staff all take to the folks that are part of your program.
So I had identified that, interestingly, in the disability community, that services were very fragmented, right? So you'll find, early intervention services, and then, a child turns 3 or 4, and then they become involved with the education system, whether that would be through the public education or, homeschooling, charter schools, private schools, whatever that looks like. The student works through schooling, and then once they get out of high school, there's the transition services, whether that would be through the public school system or whatever that looks like for that particular person. And then people don't realize, so then what happens is the member or the student turns 22, and the services basically stop. You're transitioned to an adulthood. The day that you turn 22, everything stops. So it's a very, very traumatic transition for most families, and they're losing their daily routines. They're losing their their social structure, and for no other reason than that's just how the system is set up. And it's really, really traumatic. It's unfortunate, but for Vincent's Clubhouse, we saw that need was there, and that's where our adult program comes in. And we take that a step further is we have our adult program where it's post-secondary that we focus on vocational and life skill training, and also building that social connection. So it's exactly the goal was to be able to provide, and it didn't start out that way, right? It just was, okay, how can we meet the needs of our community? That was basically the how do we meet the needs of our community? And at first it was the summer camps, and then it grew and it grew. And now it's wherever a family or a member is on their journey with autism, with a disability, we can meet their needs. So, for example, I had a mom come to visit us last week. She knocked on the door. We were in the middle of camp, and I went out and talked to her, and we both ended up crying, being able to connect. Her son was just diagnosed, and he didn't know really what she's like. Okay, I don't know what to do next, right? So we talked about the different services, the different programs that Vincent's Clubhouse offers, the different things that they can do in the community, providers, et cetera, and working with people in our community through that is just it's very impactful. And then so we have this particular member was 3 years old, and then my oldest member, we're celebrating her birthday on Thursday. We have a surprise party for her. She's turning 57. And she's part of our community. Lived in Flagler County for 3 years. She lives with her parents who are in their 70s and 80s. And she was in a group home for 26 years of her life. And she said to me, I waited 56 years because she'll be 57. She said, I waited 56 years to have friends, and I prayed all the time to have friends. Mm-hmm. And now coming here to Vincent's Clubhouse, I finally have my group of friends. And she said she created a vision board, and she put on a picture that she would have friends. And now she has all these friends. She just doesn't know what to do with herself. And, that's how I gauge that we're successful. So, again, looking at where, and then I have families that call, moms that need support, parents that need support. We have our support groups that is facilitated by Amanda Redwine. She's a licensed mental health counselor, congruence counseling here in Flagler County. Again, that professional approach where we're going to be able to give quality services and programs. And really just saying, hey, where are you in your journey? And we're going to be able to help you no matter what that looks like.
Yeah. Holistic is an understatement because it's not just holistic treatment, holistic services, holistic education from 3 to 57 or 56 until Thursday.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
And everything in between. It is so wonderful to visit with Erica Flores with Vincent's Clubhouse. We are learning so much about their services and what they offer. They are located at the European Village, and we're going to come back after this short time out and talk more about Vincent's Clubhouse, about a very successful fundraising event they had recently, and about some of the other programming coming up after this short time out here on the Chamber Business Report.
Well, my wife and I were going to get a bag of dog food, and as I got to about the middle of the intersection, we got T-boned.
It hit us so hard.
The insurance company was pretty tough to deal with, and so we called Jeff.
I want to thank Jeff personally for how he handled my case.
Thank you. Personal approach, professional results. Cats and Green, offices Palm Coast. Results may vary.
So thank you, Cats and Green, and particularly Jeff.
Back in the old days, thieves would break into your business through a door or window. Today, hackers break into your business and home in ways you never thought of. Your printer, security cameras, scanners, thermostats, remote workers, and their devices. We're Smart Technologies. We know how to identify and secure your entire network, not just your computers. If you would like a free cybersecurity assessment, give us a call today.
Smart Technologies.
Call us 252-2292.
In a world where personal service and people who really care about you can be lost, we want you to know we are different. We love engaging with our clients. That's just how we've been since 2008. Your milestones in life and business are our milestones, and we are with you every step of the way. We can do everything that big banks do, but we add the community banking touch. If you're already one of our clients, thank you. And if not, we would love to be your locally owned community bank. I'm Laura Gilveri. Welcome to Intracoastal Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Chamber Business Report. Again, brought to you by Intercoastal Bank, by Klein Construction, by Smart Technologies, and by Katz and Green. We're visiting with Erica Flores from Vincent's Clubhouse. Vincent's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit located over at the European Village. If someone came to the European Village, Erica, where exactly would they find you?
So you can find us when you walk in the main, I guess you consider it the main entrance. Ironically, you look a little bit towards the right, and we're right there through the gazebo. It's the Enrichment Center at Vincent's Clubhouse. We are the only yellow building in all of European Village, and we're right in between Cork and Pint and Ash and Ale.
Perfect. Well, that is a great opportunity for folks to come visit, learn more about the services you offer. If you have a family member or a loved one or a neighbor, or you want to learn more about Vincent's Clubhouse and the services they provide to our community, you can stop by and see them there. You can also go to the website, vincentsclubhouse.org. Is that it? Correct?
Absolutely.
And let's talk more a little bit about the Night in San Juan fundraiser. It was just a couple weeks back. I know Kelsey was able to attend.
And it was a great event.
And let's talk a little bit about that and some of the successes you had at that night.
Yeah, we had a wonderful evening. Thanks to Eddie Lang and FCAR for allowing us to utilize the building, Funcoast bartending, sponsoring all of the wonderful drinks they had. Polo Colorado over in St. Joe's Plaza provided us with amazing cuisine. It was just a great night for everyone to come together, have a great time, fun, lots of dancing, and to help raise funds for our fundraising. Our scholarship funds to be able to give to our members to be able to supplement the tuition for our programs. So we had it's always so incredible to see our community come out and support us. Like I said, we did a Vincent's Clubhouse. We partnered with CARD, the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities up in Jacksonville, and we had come down and we provided education, a 2-day training to the Bunnell Police Department regarding autism for their annual training, and it was really amazing for them to reach out to us to be able to provide that training. We were really honored, and I said to the officers, I was like, how many of you guys know someone who has autism? And every single one of them in the whole department raised their hand. The first day of training, there was actually 2 officers who had children on the spectrum. So, it impacts more people than we know. So when we come to see the community really rally for what we're doing, it's so, it fills my heart, and we're just really grateful. So it was a great fundraising event. Like I said, the money that comes, that we raise go towards that particular event went to our scholarship program. So it was really, really heartwarming to see everyone come out and really support us.
That was a wonderful event a couple weeks back, the Night in San Juan fundraiser for Vincent's Clubhouse. You do have an open house event coming up later this summer, toward the end of August. Is that correct?
Yes, end of August.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I love when people come to visit us in the Enrichment Center. People will peek in, wondering what we are, and, they'll either leave as signed up as a volunteer, or they know somebody who needs our services. And I always say, if you really want to really want to see what we do, please come to visit our building. And, we'll be having our open house where we'll be able to give information about the different programs and services we offer. It's very, very comprehensive. Our adult program, our social events, our afternoon enrichment program, summer camps, parent trainings, education series. It's a lot. And there's support groups. I don't want to forget our support groups. So we're just really excited to be able to have an opportunity for anyone who wants to come out to learn more about what we do, see the building, and meet our incredible volunteers and staff, and really get the gist of our programs.
And you can just stop in and take a tour, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
3 of the things we like to focus on with our nonprofit members of the Chamber of Commerce are related to, 1, fundraising, which we've talked about. Your Night in San Juan is one of the fundraisers. There are some other opportunities as well outlined on the website, vincentsclubhouse.org. And then attracting volunteers and then helping to tell your story. Obviously, we're telling your story today. At least I hope we're doing a good job of that.
Absolutely.
If someone wanted to volunteer, what's the best way to do that? They go to the website, or should they just show up at the enrichment center?
To be honest, either one. Volunteers are at the heart of what we do. Vincent's Clubhouse would not be functioning without our volunteers. What sets apart our volunteers from others is they're so dedicated. They're so professional. It's extraordinary when people will come in and I'll say, well, this is a former exceptional student education teacher. This is a speech language pathologist. This is an occupational therapist. This is a registered behavior technician. This is an autism mom. And people are like, where did you find these people? Like, how much are you paying them? And I'm like, we're not. They're volunteers. And it's pretty amazing the level of professionalism that we have with volunteers. And, even if it is, some people will come in and they'll say, well, I don't have any of those things. And I'm like, well, if you have a good heart, you're kind, and you have a good background, then you're with us. Come with us. And people have found kind of their calling through. They're like, I've never done anything like this, but I love helping and making an impact. And our volunteers, it's really like a family. I know that sounds so cliche, right? People are like, oh my gosh, family, but it is true.
Yeah.
We function, we support each other, we love each other, and we do really great work. And I just it's a godsend.
It's wonderful to have those people who have those experiences, whether it's as a pathologist or as an educator. But if you have three things, patience, kindness, and time, you are more than qualified to serve your community.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And, I think it's what I love is when we have those volunteers who come in and they're like, I've never done anything like this, but like you said, you had those three qualities, and their lives are transformed. And they're like, I never knew specifically all of these wonderful experiences that I could have being part of a community with individuals with disabilities, and how fulfilling it is. I've had people call me. It was so awesome. It was a particular volunteer last year. And she said she volunteered for a day at the adult program. And she said, I was happy for the whole week she said, I was in such a good mood and I felt so fulfilled from just that one day I was able to volunteer that particular week, that through the whole rest of the week, I felt so great. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we do here. It's so amazing. I know it's so cliche, but if you have to see it and experience it to know what I'm talking about.
And it's just bringing community together and being able to share those experiences, and how heartfelt that must felt for you to be able to provide that to somebody, and that whole teaching them what you do in the process.
Yeah.
Touching hearts.
It's amazing. And, that's the part of Vincent's Clubhouse is building a inclusive community, an inclusive community where we're able to show that people with disabilities, live in our community, and we want to be able to bring them into our community.
We are visiting with Erica Flores. She is the executive director. Is that the official title?
Yeah.
She's the boss
over
at Vincent's Clubhouse.
The jack of all trades here.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. From starting it out as a passion to help Vincent, to helping hundreds, and probably a lot more than hundreds, of families here in Flagler County over the last almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
We're going to have to celebrate that 10th anniversary. Is there a specific day that the 10th anniversary is? Do you have a day?
Yeah, I do actually. So August 1st, 2016 was when we started. That's when I got all of the paperwork back from the state and the federal government saying, like, okay, you're official, lady. Do your thing.
Well, it's awesome to see how far you've come, and obviously it is truly a passion of yours that you took on for your own personal family, but now I've impacted the other family members as well. We are so thrilled to be able to tell your story here on the Chamber Business Report. Are there any specific businesses that you all work with when you're trying to place some of your community members into the workplace? Are there specific businesses that you've been able to develop partnerships with?
We're actually working on that right now. We're working with CARD to be able to. I'm so excited you brought that up because we will be later end of this year. We will be launching our business-friendly training that we're going to be able to be providing with the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, training into businesses in our community to be able to twofold: one, serve customers with neurodiverse customers, and then hire neurodiverse individuals. So that's going to be a two-part training that we'll be able to provide to businesses here in the community to be able to create those partnerships for job opportunities for our members. So we want
to help. I'm going to raise my hand and volunteer that however the chamber can help, and I know Kelsey is passionate about this as well. Absolutely. However we can help as part of that program, please count us in. That's us raising our hand saying we're in, but I'm not even sure what we're signing up for.
That's
to be honest
all right.
with you.
We'll get through it together. We will do it together.
We will bring our patience, our kindness, and our time to help every step of the way.
And our passion.
And our passion. So, well, again, Erica Flores, she is with Vincent's Clubhouse. You can go to vincentsclubhouse.org, learn more about the organization, or stop by the European Village, main entrance to the right, look for the yellow. That's a key word there. Look for the yellow, and you'll find Erica and you'll find Vincent's Clubhouse, and it'll make your day even brighter when you can volunteer and spend some time at Vincent's Clubhouse. Erica, thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. You guys are amazing. The Chamber's doing incredible things here in our community, and we're very, very grateful.
We are thrilled to have you with us today and thrilled to help continue to support Vincent's Clubhouse. Thanks again to Intercoastal Bank, Klein Construction, Smart Technologies, and Cats and Green. For my broadcast partner, Kelsey Lombard, I'm John Phillips. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Bye.